Hello, my lovelies. Happy Monday. This is going to be your weekly. It's going to be a collective, so there's no timestamps to check. This is for everybody. Take what fits, leave the rest. It's going to be short, sweet, and to the point this week. We are at the tail end of May. How crazy. We're about to June. Ooh, we're facing some sort of mountain. I feel like you need to tell the mountain to move out of your way. You're going towards some sort of accomplishment, but you're going to have to scale or climb a mountain in order to get there, right? So you're going to have a sense of achievement, right? You're going to hike it to the top of that mountain, and from the summit at the top, the view is spectacular, right? So that's what the achievement is about. You're going to change things. Wow, we've got quite a few that came out. All right. So your status may be changing. That could be your marital status. Maybe you're going from single to engaged, engaged to married, or maybe you're leaving someone in the dust and you're going to be happily single. It could also have to do with working towards your goals. I feel like this is something that maybe you've put in a lot of time and effort in, whether it's relationship or a work goal or a personal goal even, but something to do with your status. It's elevating, right? If you're willing to climb that mountain, you'll make it to the top. Interesting. And the awakening, your deeper resolve rises. So there's something within you that is sleeping. It's not dead. It's sleeping, which means sometimes we've got to shake the dust off, clear the cobwebs, and we've got to go through a different, they're telling me dimension. That's interesting. I mean, we are accelerating to the 5D. So if you're doing the work, I feel like all of these things are elevating or changing for you. All right, you may need to negotiate as a new path opens. So there will be a fork in the road. I do think that you are going to face these challenges head on. You're not going to kind of pussyfoot around. You're not going to dodge them. You're going to face these things head on so that you can actually make some forward progress. And that leads to some sort of joy and fulfillment. Love that. So a time for celebration and success. Love it. All right. What else is going on for the collective in the next 7 days? What's happening? What's taking us out of May and into June? What's the energy surrounding it? What is the energy? There we go. Ooh, strength. All right. So I feel like you've had to be incredibly strong or incredibly brave in order to actually achieve this new goal, right? Maybe there's been days where it's like, fuck it, I don't even want to do this. Maybe you need to chuck it in the fuck it bucket. We have merch with that now. Check the link in the bio. I feel like you also need to be really determined, or you've had to be really determined in order to overcome these challenges, right? But that opens up a door of new opportunities. So the Fool tells us that we are headed towards a new beginning somewhere, right? It's the first step. Sometimes that first step can be a doozy. So we've got to be really careful that we are not like, falling off a cliff, so to speak. Because if you look at the Fool card, he's on the precipice of change, him and his little doggy there. But if he doesn't look carefully, he might fall. So you need to make sure that when you take that leap of faith, you have all the information that you need or all that is available in order to make that decision to go forward. It takes faith. It also takes courage and determination to get there, but you will be rewarded financially for your hard work. So the Six of Pentacles could be a pay raise, a promotion, some sort of kindness could be rewarded. Pay it forward anywhere that you're able to and share the wealth. You might be making a charitable donation. Maybe you see somebody on a street corner and you hand them money. I don't know how it's going to work out for everybody, but Spirit asks you that if you come into abundance, that you share it, that you don't hoard resources, because you're going to have more than enough. Whatever goal that you've really been working for, success is underway. You have several cards telling us that all of the hard work, if you've been determined, if you've been courageous, if you're willing to step out of a comfort zone and try new things, will have a reward at the end. So success is coming. I feel like it's really important that you negotiate, especially like work contracts, diligently. Okay? Choose what is best for you. I've seen people say, I went into this interview and the rate of pay was such and such, and I told them I needed even more than what they were offering, and I got it. Be brave. Yeah, you might not get everything that you want, but maybe you can actually achieve some things that you really need. So you got to be willing to do the work to be successful, but slow and steady wins the race. So it may take some time. However, negotiate things that work best for you. I feel like that's really important. All right, you could have a lot of options when it comes to love at this time. You may have to choose wisely. You might go in a totally different direction, just like I was saying at the beginning as I was channeling. You may actually have your status change. single to engaged, engaged to married, married to divorced. It might change for some of you. You could have a lot of options to choose from, but only one is what you really want. Somebody in your energy could be a liar, cheater, thief, or a manipulator, right? So we may need to go in a new direction because you have new love that's trying to come in. If you're happy where you're at, then that part of the reading won't resonate. So maybe it's a new beginning in an existing relationship for some of you. All right, we are going towards some sort of financial independence. I love that. King of coins, 6 of coins, 9 of coins. Definitely some positive changes coming for our finances. So it brings some sort of freedom or independence financially. Maybe you've been in codependent relationships where you had to rely on other people to pay your bills. Not any longer. These things are changing for the better. Some of this is self-imposed restriction, right? So we have to see the writing on the wall. There's some readjustments that need to be made. We do have a new moon coming in. I want to say it's like the beginning of the week. Might be Memorial Day. If you celebrate Memorial Day, that would be the 26th, it looks like on the calendar. So I do feel like there's some big changes or new energy coming in. So we've got to get rid of what's not working to allow the new energy in. There's improvements coming, but you have to see the situation differently for those things to happen. You could have a wish fulfillment or a dream come true coming in for you. Lots of happiness, some pleasures, and realizing your dreams. It also helps to reset or restore the balance. Temperance is a card that tells us that it's harmony. There's good influences coming in or the possibility of a reconciliation. If you've been on the outs, it's a fresh start or a new beginning coming in. Too many cards, Spirit. All right, what else is going on? Yeah, you might be in the spotlight for some reason or another. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very independent. She's passionate, she's driven, she's outspoken. She can be kind of center stage when she wants to be, sometimes without even trying. She's also a really powerful manifester, and she uses all of her skills to her best ability to incorporate the things she wants into her life or to bring them in if they aren't already there. I feel like this Queen of Wands is somebody that's going to have a lot of eyes on her. So if this falls into what your current situation is, I feel like be prepared. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on you in some way, shape, or form. Could be that you do something on social media. Maybe it's in your job. Maybe you're actually in the spotlight for another reason. Whatever it happens to be, find your confidence. Put a smile on your face and walk into the room like you fucking own it. All right, one more for the conclusion. What's happening this week for the collective? One more. Yep. Fucking abundance. Love it. So not only are you walking into your most prosperous timeline, you're walking into success. You're walking into the possibility of new love or solidifying something that's an existing relationship. You could be coming into some sort of sudden wealth, inheritance, lottery win, maybe a job opportunity that pays more than you've ever experienced, but you're working on building your legacy, and it ends up a time of joy, happiness, and success. It's shaping up to be a really good June. So we're going out of May into our happiest, most abundant timeline. Enjoy the success. You've earned it.